There we go. Oh, that's still too big. So, back to settings. About there. Okay. Flip it, huh? Flip it. Flip it good. Comic. Pixelate. Scan lines. Toy camera. Monochrome. None. Alright. Contrast. Okay. Transparency. Works for me. Okay. Alright, we are back. Okay. Move this just a little, just for a little bit. Really? Middle of my screen. Turn the camera off. We'll just try leaving it off a little bit. Oh yeah. Gotta have that on. Okay. Okay. Science. Take that to 10, 100. Apply. Perks. Okay. Used to be this was the max level. Now we can go as high as we want.
If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
Spectrum Brown. So let me get this straight. That's capped now at what, 200? Okay. So that was what I should have done. Modify this. Tinker. Level 28's not bad. That's the first thing I should have done. Truly. Alright. If I had known that ahead of time, probably would have taken that. Boy, I'm dumb. Yeah, sure. Hmm. Eh. Give her a shock cannon hyper. Oof. Hmm. Alright. Okay, so every swing is a different thingamajig. Okay. I want to try it. We'll give it a try. If I ever do a playthrough of this again, it's going to be science the whole time. Look at this.
How in the Aether did you get in here? You're not... What do you want? You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can. Regardless, of course, if you were to say, contract your services to me. Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Perhaps you'll find some use. And lose my life's work? Want me to just burn my lab? We merely need to clean up the mess, so to...
Clean up? They were human beings. Don't you care about them at all?
Staff can be replaced, you know. Research data? Now that's invaluable. Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utter... So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious research files. Essentially, we research new innovations for an array of Rizzo's products. My present troubles stem from one we've just developed. The product's potential for profit is nearly limitless. But I'm afraid explaining the science behind it would far exceed your capability for understanding. Now. Excellent. You have my Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
Still ain't a fan of the way she talks about her workers. I say, we prove her wrong, and find...
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down.
That's awful. I wonder if this poor fella had a family. Heads down. Hmm?
Guessing they film all their advertisements here. If this whole place came crashing down, it'll make the colony a better place. Look at all that Rizzo's. It's like something out of my nightmares.
Erratic footsteps of my pacing delirious employees have ceased. So I presume the sedative works. Please return for consultation at once. And do remember, unauthorized access to confidential Rizzo's information is a capital offense. Oh my God. It's you. Wait. What do you think you're...
What was that? Boss, we gotta move. Dr. Blossom.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Rizzo's makes heavy-duty firearms? Boss, you gotta let me... Try.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead.
What do you think happened? I don't get it. If the killer's some type of dissident, they'd want to make a bloody mess. Set an example.
What kind of monster kills all these people over a data cartridge?
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned. Timeline. Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
Looks like a standard ventilation shaft to me. Somebody around my size could have crawled in. Wouldn't have been comfortable or, clean. Ventilation shafts usually turn into sprat nests. See that red wire? Whoever cut that wire was trying to disrupt the circuit. They could have sealed the lab doors temporarily. At least until the failsafes kicked in.
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the mosquitoes for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
I don't know what
Everyone all right?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Did you know that mosquitoes will persistently chase an opponent for miles on end?
Oh, hey!
And Windows values the dogged work ethic these noble
Timeline.
The brochure never mentioned anything.
Next.
Hey, I've been ready to confront that guy. I was just gonna wait until he really embarrassed himself.
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun.
Do you think it's
Make a
strange
mess.
that I kind of
Live a
miss
little.
Ada?
Oh, sweet gibbering law! Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me... Whoa, 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 it's... Easy, friend. No need to get violent. There are as many reasons to spare my life as there are flavors in Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka. I'll give you 2 reasons. First, I am a... And secondly, I'm just here doing a job for a VIP. I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy. I figured you'd understand. Big, meet me over by the...
I sometimes find myself musing on who I used to think I was. It seems ridiculous in hindsight, but without my obsession, I never would have reached this point.
Everything's so soft and silky and expensive. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get any grease stains on the furniture.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The Waspitos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them... The orchards can be a dangerous place, but something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances... You have my attention. That's deeply upsetting. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. Her commitment to her NDA was admirable. I'll make sure to accelerate the payout of her death benefits to her next of kin. Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us... Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of... If there's anything else you'd like to share... That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission. A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with. Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else? This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction. When you're... Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in... I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. I'm most... In any case...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical. Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a medical analysis complete? This mascot was likely killed by small arms fire at close range. Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler. Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded, famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by... This unit is incapable. This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate. Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is... Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus.
in orbit above Gorgon.
Huh? Who's the best?
You find anything out? That's it, all right. Law. Still smells like his whiskey, his cigarettes, and... Here. You didn't happen to find... A marauder! Don't tell me that's the end of it. Do you... I see. Jerome got me out of Gorgon. I can honor his memory by staying out.
I don't think that's what you wanted to hear, but I'm glad you were honest.
I think you did the right thing, Captain, but...
Sam, I must confess, I have not been cleaned for far too long. You're sure this will... Oh, yes. That's the spot exactly. Why, I didn't expect you to be so thorough. I am ashamed to admit. Oh, Captain, there you are. Pardon, but perhaps you could afford us some privacy? I've shut off the visual feed from my ocular inputs in the captain's quarters, so you're free to disrobe whenever you'd like. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Greetings, customer.
I'll lock up. Behind.
If you're here for this week's magazine club meeting, I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort of thing.
What's the scrub?
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want roses?
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes. I think pretty much every spot on Groundbreaker just smells like old socks.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering... Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with Rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self?
I guess you could eeny-miny-moe it?
Take your time, dear. A lady's...
We didn't have anything Rosish in Edgewater. I heard it smells real...
I'll just wrap that up for you, since it's for us.
I'll pay for that, ma'am.
You're welcome, dear. Anytime, sweetheart.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Saltuna and Xenogold needle mushrooms. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, sweetheart cake. There's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay. Thanks, Captain.
Rizzo's a CCN 76 milk chocolate with caramel and tea tree
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
I see you stuck around. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back. Before the These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, I can whip one up for you. But it...
Oh, yikes.
Sure. Lucky...
So you keep Monarch safe, huh? That's real honorable work, Miss Nyoka.
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once. awesome.
Great work.
Used to be. You can get the best wine on Monarch. Here.
What's the last of them?
Wraps. Let's clear the sulfur sun fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace. Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram.
So much for peace and quiet. Yes, the one... What is this? Next. Most of it's underneath along my jaw, but yes. Moral of the story is... The board has a block here. I am... Ugh. No, don't... Ha! Oh, that's a good one. You're not serious, are you? Yes, well, let's... Oh, great.
Aw, I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but...
Important to... Tug on my heartstrings, what... Look, I'll do...
Rebecca...
If you... These are the... Give my...
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Dang, that's impressive. gone quiet.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out! Let's go!
Quick! Mess with us!
Hey, take a gander. The door's busted. Rebecca? Anders? You in there? I bet you'll like Rebecca. What's up? Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Oh, Nyoka. I'm so sorry.
They were... The bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you! The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses! I'd to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister. At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I think I'm glad. If she were still alive now. Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the man. The most... That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown... Never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla.
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha. Destination reached. Scylla.
What a mess! What a mess!
We'll be here, Captain. Captain?
Here we go.
Here we go! Nice hit!
through! Incoming!
That's the last of them!
Big mistake. Everyone all right? Here we go. To shred, you
Don't mess with us.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up? Outstanding. There's... Fucking right we are.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
I'm real sorry about your friends, Nyoka. Ain't no one deserves to go like that. Certainly not folks just trying to get by.
Thanks for saying that. You know, after seeing so many people... Whew. Great work. Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought, but I ain't. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice... Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headache. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. She had a head for numbers.
Incoming!
Wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing him... That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay every...
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorization credentials. An engineer must be registered as the unit's designated caretaker.
I see you stuck around. If you...
What? No, Captain, I don't want...
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that... Look, Captain, this is the... I'm mighty glad you reckon so. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond.
A pleasure to help your gentle soul, miss. Be careful with this one, all right?
Oh, gosh. My tongue's rumbling just smelling that casserole. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But I'm gonna... Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts and... I guess that settles dinner. Well, I was gonna, but then I got this nice meal all planned out with music and I... Maybe you're right and I'm stalling a bit. But maybe I also need to so as I can work up... There's this place I heard... Vicar would say it's the universal equation at work. I reckon it's just that 90% of everything that ain't crap is in Byzantium. I know this... I saw the lady who runs it on Aetherwave, and... Thanks.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. I think I'll initiate an unscheduled rest cycle while you're out.
Spacer's choice. It's not the best choice. It's the Spacer's choice.
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an order.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you.
Huh?
Don't speak. Hold. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the... You're not afraid of speaking your mind. You smolder and growl. Oh, I'm Celeste Jolicoeur. And you, my dear, are I'm... Marvelous! What I... Also... Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of... I'll need you to model for me the following. The apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of... And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely...
You don't gotta be so forward about my reasons,
Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such... Nonsense, you're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Love? That's the ultimate...
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub! Who woo... All right, Captain. Here is... Darling, I read her measurement. There are some things I simply cannot skimp on, darling. Such a love... Now stand back. Back! And there we are, my darling girl. I wish you a splendiferous evening. And if you don't mind my asking, have you any
What? Oh, no, ma'am. All them eyes staring at me? I couldn't. No way, no how.
I wish you weren't so shy, my Violet. You truly... If I were an...
Oh, can you believe this outfit? It's so handsome, Well, I guess that's everything then. After all that... You know... I know. The next time we dock with Groundbreaker, I'm doing... Oh, this is...
I love Byzantium.
Hortense yells at me about big.
Nice thing about traveling with the captain. You meet all sorts of new people.
Sure. Best part is when they pay us.
We never really had new folks in Laguana, except the captain. It's kind of hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial-grade cleaning solvent in desperation.
Marilyn, is that you?
Loss! We certainly didn't. And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where
Not...
The last few years have been a bloody haze, right? Yep, we're a...
Marilyn, this really...
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our... He's right. Since when can you...
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we...
We thought you were dead. I'm not dead.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
We only did what any grieving parent... We collected on your life insurance.
And the payouts have been rather...
You... What vulgar company? Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report...
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut...
That's the other...
We had to explain your...
We couldn't very well tell people you'd... Shh! Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl design...
One of a kind.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and...
It was quite the story. Not until I get some... Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? And what are you gonna do now?
Yes, about...
Quiet.
Well, we're trying to...
I'm afraid it would cause quite a stir if the name... That's it?
Don't.
Let's just get out of here. Fine.
Well, that was a crock of shit.
What do you think?
Here they come! I'm too valuable to die.
We didn't kill her parents.
I've done plenty of smuggling runs, but this thing with the chemical...
Can you believe though? We'd hardly been there a minute and they... I wanted them to get upset. Mother would drop her mock apple cider and the glass would shatter. I'd have a... Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big scene. Then, Mother would do the old... I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know. I hope you don't think I'm talking about this. But I want to talk about me now. Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience. Wait a second.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole... I'll make money without doing a thing. As long as I don't develop a taste for Woolgonzola and bad legal dramas, that's fine by me. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves.
Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common?
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
Because you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up.
Hate to break it to you, but before I got to Groundbreaker...
You don't much like me, huh, Dr. Ellie?
It's nothing personal, I'm just not the touchy-feely type.
It's just... You seem fine with the others. Did I do something to make you unhappy with me?
You gotta stop taking things so personal. You're setting yourself up for a letdown. I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Barclay! Lie down! Psst. Come on.
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Barclay.
Most likely the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious.
Hey.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
There you go, little dog. It's not... Who's online? Oh.
Always imagine Fallbrook with me.
This looks like a place. You ready to get my money or what?
I see you're still in one piece. However, you never know when that could change. Consider our act. Note that all of your fragments must be recovered and must be... I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck.
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've...
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an... You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiary. If we let every friend, relative... Oh, you need... Well, hypothetically, and you'd theoretically... But you wouldn't actually do. That's what can I?
I can take a hint.
You really did it. Give these payouts. Being a surgeon out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy. Just don't ask me what I plan. If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee. Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through? You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered. You don't have to get all mushy about it. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they... So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests. It's nothing personal. It's just... Anyway...
What's the matter? Can't jump down? Too high? Well, here.
I swear, next time we put into Groundbreaker, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask her over. Oh, I'm so nervous. Having trouble focusing on my work. Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest, ain't he? A real charmer, my dad'd say. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. It ain't... Of course, that don't stop Felix. Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near...
Berkeley, what are you doing?
Mr. Thompson. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like you wanted. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling, and when I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to... There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look... Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. About a year. I tried to do more of the work, so he could rest. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my project. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so...
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look? Oh, my hand. Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I don't need your help. I can do it on my own. He's probably half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Nah, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when he'd get indignant about something.
I definitely won that round.
You always seem to, huh?
Okay, Captain, she's gone. I'm near about vibrating. I'm so excited. So she got here, and, well, she sneezed. She said, wow, new soap? And I was like, yeah, rosish. Turns out it tickled her nose. And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she... She stood stock still and just said, oh, real soft. Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweat. I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live... monarch... Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain... And then she sneezed again. On account. We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it'd work, how I've had a bad time. She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together. Share meals, talk. You got an eye for people, Captain. It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater.
Berkeley, what are you doing?
I don't know nothing about the Vickers capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Berkeley. That's working out just fine.
Do return in one.
Berkeley.
Hey, you. Looking... Where do you think you're going? Hey, nice form. Good delivery, too. All right. Got my sights on you.
Well, and will be, though.
That machine stole my bit. Why do we even
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something?
Your captain has a sense of humor, Felix. Good. There's a time and place for humor. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him...
He's been watching out for us just as much as we've been watching out for him. Felix is family, mister.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never... I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy. That one day, he and I would change the...
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice,
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by... I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I... Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me... Then Felix will have done me a favor, and I will be grateful. I imagine we'll catch up on Lost... I don't contest your claim to Felix's services, but he is his own man, and we are...
Hey, boss has a point. You're talking about me like a...
I'm negotiating with your captain. We're not a band of common pirates, Captain. Ratted us out to the board. He's been in... I don't know... Rosanna...
Clyde offered me a hand when nobody else would.
There you have...
We get rid of this traitor for you and I'm in? I mean, assuming...
We're building a new world together. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me...
This is a tough one. Pardon my little sucker, ain't ya?
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Berkeley, what are you doing?
This is Halcyon Dune. You mind trying to have a moment here? Rufus and I are no longer... That's Harlow's mark, no mistake. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. All right, I'll tell you where he is. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale.
A lot of XP to go around. Luckily by now I would, Berkeley, stop doing that. Berkeley! Normally I would have run out of XP. Or, I mean, I would have been maxed out already. It's nice to be above level 36.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
You're not getting out from underneath that door now, Berkeley.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow... How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear.
Berkeley! Berkeley, get out of there!
I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just an... Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the big... Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the... If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Take it, you gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? Here, take...
Sam, my vacuum tubes require evac... No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to...
Berkeley? Little dog causing trouble.
What's the word? What's the word? Not surprised. That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business. Trask put you up to this. You've got a lot of nerve. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you...
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the... I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far...
Here they come!
Everyone all right?
This is definitely not how I imagined it. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now, I've just got a lot on my mind right now. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the... Yeah, he did. And I'm not sure... I hope so. You've given me a lot to think about. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration. Thanks for your time. Good to see you, boss.
We're now docked at Eridonis's luxury landing pad.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Hmm? What the? I better check it out. Don't mess with me!
Don't mess with me!
I'll show you! Did I hear
Inspector, good to see you. Welcome to...
Hey, up ahead.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you. Been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector?
He's trying so hard.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector. Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn... What? Why ain't you doing nothing? You... I'm sorry. We're sorry. Someone paid us to say we was slug and intimidate you. I don't know who, I swear it. They only ever sent... That's everything I know. Honest. We were only gonna rough you up a little. You gotta... You don't need to tell us twice.
Reminds me of Moreau's. Just a bit.
Hello. Welcome to Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store. I'm marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experiences pleasant. Hey, folks take a lot of comfort in knowing their neighborhood general store is unchanging, eternal. Whoops.
Hey, I saw your ship. The Unreliable, right? It's a real beauty. Hey there. Word around the spaceport is that you came in on the Unreliable. Cut the shit. I know Hawthorne's captain of that ship, and I know... I see. Well, this would have been easier with Hawthorne, but I hope that if you're flying his ship, I run an outfit for the moving of less than legal goods. There's a particular... Thing is, I don't know where the cargo is right now. The crewmate who handles that is in the clink for getting a little too We've already attracted too much attention. Too risky to visit her myself. That's where you come. BC.
Haven't seen you around before, but that ain't no problem. All are welcome at the Copper Bottom. Can I get... Yeah, so you noticed that I'm a little off kilter, huh? Damn if it ain't been a while. I'm too old to run around anymore, but it... Hey, when you tell a story, you're supposed to start at the beginning. Unless you're in media res, which is a storytelling crutch, far as I'm concerned. Serial overuse. Wait, what was... Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're Ernest the Bean Padilla? Led the league in hit by serves 2 years in a row? You're a legend, sir. It's an honor.
A legend? Oh, I don't know about that one, kid. Folks started competing to see how many times they could hit me in a match. Called it quits not long after that. Ain't safe to take... I came out to coach the Rangers during training camp, but after a while, I had trouble remembering which player was which. Slug lets me bartend instead of recommending me for early retirement, for which I'm most grateful. I'd hate lying around. Absolutely. I know things can get rough, but I've had a more decent life than I've had any right to. Thanks for reliving the old days with me. Anyhow... Nah, I didn't see it myself. There's a...
What do you want? Boss, it's Bertie Holcomb. Black Hole Bertie. The Holmeister? The Hackett.
How'd you know it?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate... Well, they ain't talk... Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always...
Oh, come on, Birdie. You're plenty sharp. Anybody who says otherwise is a Cleo Darlings fan.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? So... I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers. You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
I think he means drunk.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air. We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow? There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her. I don't know. We were drunk, and we made bad choices. She was all alone. I know how that feels now. It's so hard to be all by your lonesome. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time. I reckon not. See, I went to the weather. She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. Sure did. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. I wasn't keen on conversing, okay? I was drunk and holding someone else's data pad. And also, maybe I was crying a little. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone. Yeah, I don't want to tell you. Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises. Confidant is like... You're a real weird guy, you know? So now you have the whole story. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again. Oh. Helen sure... Sorry. Here you go, Inspector. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing. Okay. I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. I get it. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then.
I think I prefer the rest and go.
Hey, pal. Over here. Hey there. You looking to unwind, friend? Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or Adreno? Something with a little more kick? Then maybe I'm your guy. The name's Auric. I know. Ooh, it came out of the ground. That's where worms live. I get it. Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort accelerators? Says it right on the Anti-Cleo's bot. Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, pal. Those pharmaceuticals the corporations manufacture, not all of them are as good for you as... Alternatives. That's the way to... Wait, you ain't a sheriff, right? I'll be honest, I don't really know where that puts us. All right, fine, yeah. Yeah, damn shame about that. Birdie thought the world of Hell. He showed up drunk at my place wanting to talk about the breakup. Helen dumped him, he said. Boy, was he in a bad way. I'd never seen him like that before. We talked for a while, and when he felt better, I sent him back to the hotel. Told him to drink more water and get some sleep. Yeah, that was me. Birdie's got a temper, but he's not a bad kid, you know? He's trying to work on it. He's stressed out of his... Then he throw... Come on. Birdie's a damn good hacker, but taking that many blows to the noggin would scramble anyone's upstairs business. I know it's knocked a few of his memories loose. I worry about him, that's all. He's a good kid. Got a good heart.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Spokesman said that the unveiling would be indefinitely postponed.
What floor would you like to visit? Next up.
Inspector? I'm pleased to hear that. Birdie... When Helen was murdered, Birdie was nowhere. Try not... Birdie has always had trouble controlling his temper. He's responsible for the untimely demise of more than a few. It's only natural to be suspicious. Be plain with me, Inspector. I'm relieved to hear that. I happen to be something of a fan of the hack attack. I'd hate to see him processed for murder, but we need to be absolutely sure. I'd like you to continue your investigation. I appreciate that. I'd rather keep Birdie within the public eye than let him languish in a bar at the docks. If you're through investigating Birdie, I recommend looking into Cedric Kincannon. He's been entirely too comfortable since we began this investigation. I don't trust Cedric when he's comfortable.
Does Sublight Underground run this place? Looks a lot cleaner than the Groundbreaker.
Why, it's the inspector. Good on you, making a proper entrance.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. A cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific. Additionally, the fingerprints belong to.
Oh, admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch. You would not believe how many times that ladder's come in handy. Why ladders do not come standard in all offices. Now then, here for my... Another murder? Drunk wrapped it. Sounds as though you've already sorted it. Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Right again, but I can't fathom who would benefit from... You said it. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder. Let's see. That night... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine? An excellent question. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it did. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. And I appreciate that, Inspector. The fact of the matter is, I know I didn't kill Helen, and I trust you fully. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune. I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I've a mystery. You may very well want to. This particular trouble strikes me as not unrelated to your items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter. I'm obliged. Though in the spirit of honesty, I fully intended to strong-arm you into accepting it had you declined. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator. You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
This copy of TK, the missing page.
You figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. We ought to talk shop one of these days.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device. Poor woolly cow impression transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed. Analysis inconclusive. However, the area within a zero. That is.
What's that you found? No, wait, don't tell me. Let's save it for the big reveal.
This port seems real busy. I wonder if they're trying to compete with the Groundbreaker.
Timeline transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered. Due to the high level of based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus.
Hi there. Sorry, this area is off. Sorry about that.
I gotta pause the stream for just a bit. Be back in a
Have a
few.
look around, sir.
Alright, we gotta end the stream here for a little while. I got other stuff I gotta do, so